So this is a general overview of our application for this class, our final assignment. So right off the bat, the front end of this assignment is done in React, and I have it deployed on Netlify. We have a GitHub repository that has the client-side code, and Netlify connects to that GitHub repository. And so every single time I make an update to that repo or push new code to the repo, Netlify recognizes it and auto-deploys. So it's continuous deployment, I believe that's what it's called. So I don't have to manually redeploy. For the back end of this application, it's done in Express. And we have this Express backend hosted on Heroku. Additionally, we also have a MySQL database, which is connected as an add-on to Heroku. I'm using ClearDB, as we can see here, ClearDB MySQL. And this holds information about the user. So if I go back here, I'm going to log in. For security, we used OAuth 2.0 with Google Sign-In. So I'm just going to log in here with a test account. So as we can see here, we have the name of the user. This is done because when we initially send the login, this is on the front end of the code. As you can see here, client, this is what's on Netlify. So the sign-in, what it does is that it calls, it uses this. We have our own hook here that basically calls the backend. So going back to this, we have the Heroku app and it goes to the login route. So here in the login route on the server side, this is what's hosted on Heroku with the Express backend. So as we can see here in the response, we're sending a message, and we're also sending user, which contains the email, the name, the picture, the given name, family name, and the bio. Profile here, which is the verification response from Google. So yes, and we pass that additionally to the main page, that response as well, to home. And as you can see, it's passed here. So essentially how this application works is that we use the TMDB API, and we use the recommendations version of the API to kind of get back 10 results of recommended movies based on a movie we input. So if I put in the Avengers, it'll give us 10 movies recommended to us that are similar to the Avengers. So if we click these movies, it opens up the TMDB page for it. And that's how that works. Additionally, we also have the profile page. This has the user's name, their email address, their picture, their full name, and their bio. If we check here in the database, we're going to see that the current bio is testing, and changing my bio, testing again. So I'm just going to do this testing 1, 2, 3. We're going to update the bio. Let's go to home. If I go back here and I once again select the rows, we're going to see that it's also updated in the database. And if I go back to my profile, it will also be updated. And this is all done through the backend. We use an Axios call. So if I go to the profile page here on the client side, we can see that the on-click event of the update button. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. Here we go. On-click handle update click. We use an Axios call to the backend where we pass the bio value and the email address of the user, which is then in the backend done to update the user in the database, the user bio. So additionally, this is also responsive. So if I go back to here and if I just go here, as you can see, the page scales. Additionally, the image scales as well. So the search bar scales as well as the nav bar. As we see, everything scales appropriately. And yeah, so I think that covers everything: the database, the security, the APIs. So yeah, that is essentially the functionality of this application.